We're here for every child and young person with experience of care in England. Children are taken into care when it isn't safe at home, most into foster care. Too many are then moved around a lot whilst in care and then have to live alone when they turn 18. They're 4 times as likely to struggle with their mental health, and 1 in 3 become homeless within 2 years of leaving care. Hey Zara.
Hello.
Excited? Nervous? Yeah, good. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Zara, otherwise known as Chubbyish Bunny. I'm a care experience streamer and I'm going to be fundraising for Become this Jingle Jam. So the fundraising that my community and I are going to do this Jingle Jam, what's that going to do for Become?
So your community's fundraising is going to help Become build community for care experience young people. So spaces where young people can come together both in person and online, so they can support each other, they can access support and find a sense of belonging that we all need.
Especially as someone that's care experienced myself, it can be something that's really isolating, and something that's so key is having those connections and making those friendships and just having that sense of community and belonging.
This is Become's first Jingle Jam. Like, it's epic.
I am buzzing.
I can't believe it. We've been massive fans of Jingle Jam for many years, and 2025 is Become's year, so we're so hyped.
Please consider supporting Become this Jingle Jam.
Care experienced young people don't have enough champions in our society or around the world. Champion them. Support Become at Jingle Jam. Do you think we did it?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, nice. Good. Good.
Wallace & Gromit's Grand Appeal has been working for 30 years to support sick children and babies at Bristol Children's Hospital by funding equipment, arts, play and music therapy, accommodation for families and pioneering facilities like the Grand Appeal's Patient Hotel, which will be called Jingle Jam Building. We are proud to have been part of Jingle Jam since 2017. In that time, this amazing community has raised over 2.2 million to help make Jingle Jam Building a reality. This pioneering facility will be a UK first and will help sick children and their families from across the southwest of England. With planning permission now in place, we're looking forward to getting started.
Hello again.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming in. It's an absolute privilege to be raising funds for Grand Appeal.
We're just so glad to be part of it. It's been 9 years now and we're really excited for this year's Jingle Jam.
Hello, I'm Lewis. I am the co-founder of the Oscars. I'm one of the trustees of Jingle Jam, and we are very, very proud to be supporting Grand Appeal once again this year. So, where are we on the Patient Hotel?
So we've been granted planning permission, which is incredibly exciting.
Yes, it is a big deal.
Jingle Jam Building, the Grand Appeal's Patient Hotel, is going to be an amazing facility. It's going to be the first of its kind in the UK, and our building is going to provide 12 family accommodation rooms with en-suites for families to stay in. And yeah, the amazing thing about the Patient Hotel is that it will support all sorts of patients, from children with brain injuries to those with long-term medical conditions like cystic fibrosis, and it will help them get one step closer to being home.
We're really excited, and thank you so much for continuing to work with us and make such a cool project. So please consider supporting Wallace & Gromit's Grand Appeal this Jingle Jam.
Your donation will help build a brighter future for sick children and their families at Bristol Children's Hospital. So excited for another year of Jingle Cats, Lewis?
Oh, yes, I guess. Do you have a cat?
We are WWF, the global environmental charity, and we're bringing our world back to life. With nature in freefall, we're urgently tackling the underlying causes that are driving the decline, especially the food system and climate change. And we're finding solutions so future generations have a world with thriving habitats and wildlife. It's a huge challenge, but there is hope. We're using our groundbreaking scientific research, our global influence, and the backing of our many supporters to make sure the natural world's vital signs are recovering by 2030. This is the first time we've been selected as a Jingle Jam charity partner, and we couldn't be more excited to be involved.
Hello there.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
No, so excited to have you on board.
Yeah, it's going to be a good Jingle Jam this year. I'm looking forward to it. I'm Arthur Frederick, also known as Arthur TV. I'm a content creator, and I'm going to be fundraising for WWF this Jingle Jam. Super excited to be fundraising for WWF this year. What exactly are those funds going to go towards?
So the funds raised from Jingle Jam are going to be used across the world for all of our global conservation work, especially focusing on places like the Amazon, which are really struggling with deforestation. We really want to try and stop deforestation to not only help the Amazon, but help fight climate change. and protect the species that call it home. Every minute, an area roughly the size of 5 football pitches is cut down in the Amazon, and we're really at a tipping point where we might not be able to save it and reverse climate change. So we need to act now.
Wow, I didn't realise how much of the Amazon was under threat, so really looking forward to joining the fight against the deforestation and helping preserve it.
And we're so excited to have you as part of the team. So what have you got planned during Jingle Jam?
I think given it's a 2-week period, the main thing is I'm going to get in as many streams as possible. I want to check out the games collection, I want to play some Planet Zoo, maybe get some pandas in there, but most importantly just having some fun with my audience.
Sounds so exciting.
Support WWF and take action for your world this Jingle Jam.
Your donations will make a massive difference to help tackle the climate emergency and help bring our world back to life. I can't wait to see the zoo you build. I'm absolutely obsessed.
We are Autistica, the UK's leading autism research and campaigning charity. We develop evidence-based solutions to fill the huge gap in support autistic people and their families are facing. Jingle Jam support was essential to bring to life some of the solutions that are needed to build a more inclusive society where autistic young people can thrive. You helped us develop a digital mental health and well-being tips hub that is now reaching thousands of autistic people around the world with a safe place full of resources and tips from the community to help manage mental health. We're also piloting a new digital toolkit to help schools better understand and support the unique needs and strengths of autistic children.
Hello, so nice to see you.
Hi, Boba, likewise.
I'm so excited for Jingle Jam this year.
Me too, let's do it!
Let's do it! Hello, I'm Boba, an autistic ADHD streamer, and I'll be fundraising for Autistica this Jingle Jam. So last year, me and my community raised funds for Autistica, and we're excited to do so again this year. So what will we be funding for this Jingle Jam?
So your support this year could help us take some of our solutions to the next level. It could help us test our Strengths and Needs toolkit at scale, which is a necessary step towards our goal of having it implemented in schools across the country. Thousands of people on the autism diagnosis waitlist are under 18, so this project is vital to ensure schools are better equipped to support autistic pupils, while so many are still waiting for a diagnosis and for better support. So now more than ever, your support is critical to ensure autistic young people have a fair chance to participate in society and thrive.
I hope that you'll consider supporting Autistica for Jingle Jam this year.
Your support will help us build a more inclusive society for autistic young people.
We can finally relax our faces now.
Exciting. That's exciting.
We're campaigning against living miserably, or CALM, and we're a suicide prevention charity. Our vision is that no one feels like suicide is their only option, but right now too many people are struggling to see a way forward. That's why we're here, to help anyone struggling with life and provide everyone with the skills to help prevent suicide. The Jingle Jam community has done incredible things for CALM. Most importantly, in the last 3 years, you've raised enough to fund over 77,000 conversations on our life-saving suicide prevention helpline. Every one of those calls answered by a trained professional team is a chance to spark hope in a young person struggling to see a way forward.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Mark. How you doing?
Excellent. Another year, another adventure.
It's great to have you back at Jingle Jam. Can't wait to see what you have.
Absolutely. Hi everybody, I'm Mark. I'm the Games Master for High Rollers D&D, and we care very, very much about mental health. So this year, we'll be fundraising for Campaign Against Living Miserably for Jingle Jam. So over the years, we've raised a bunch of money for CALM, and we're fundraising more this year. Can you tell us a little bit about what that goes towards with CALM?
Yeah, absolutely. So we estimate that around a third of the people that reach our helpline are under 25. So the fundraising from yourselves and all of Jingle Jam helps make sure that CALM can be there for them 365 days a year. It also means that we can develop other tools like the Creator Mental Health Toolkit.
Which is fantastic. We use it in High Rollers, and I know so many other creators who use it as well.
Oh, great to hear. Well, we have tools like that, and we're also expanding into other aspects like a similar toolkit for games community managers.
Really? As a former community manager myself, that would have been an amazing tool for me to have had when I was working there, so that's great to hear.
So Mark, we're thrilled to have you and High Rollers back again this year at Jingle Jam.
Thank you, thank you.
Is there any chance we can get a sneak peek of what it is you're working on?
Ooh, I don't know, maybe I'll just decide now. Hang on, let me see, I got a D20 here. Kobolds again. Yeah, we'll have to, the dice have said, so yeah, we'll get up to something fun though, don't worry. You'll just have to tune in and find out. please consider supporting Calm this Jingle Jam.
Your donations will make a big difference in helping Calm be there for anybody struggling with life any day of the year.
Hello everyone and welcome back. And welcome to Jingle Jam. If you aren't aware, Jingle Jam is a live stream fundraising event that's been going on for a number of years now, hosted by the Yogscast. We are taking part in raising some money as well. Just post that in the chat. That is the link to donate if you would like to. Obviously, you do not feel like you have to. Like, it's only if you have the funds to be able to, but any little amount or bigger amount would be greatly appreciated. If you donate £35 or more, you can claim the reward of the games collection, which is a collection of 15 games, as well as a couple of discount codes for other things. And yeah, they are all Steam games as well. They're like all redeemed on Steam. But I also have, for anyone who can't afford to donate as much but do want to donate something, I've also got a few smaller incentives, as you can probably see on the screen, of £5 for a little drawing. I will not be doing the drawings on stream, mainly because I don't have it set up that I can show that on stream currently. And then £10 is to name one of the NPCs or enemies for D&D. So hey Shackdog, yes, my new VTuber model that I have had ready for a while. I just hadn't got around to actually starting to use it. So I was like, you know what? It's a good a time as any to start using it. And I drew a little Christmas hat to go on it. What do you think? It is actually like a full body one. There is legs underneath, but it's currently just like positioned to be the top half for now. Also, any donations, no matter the amount, will go on a Wall of Fame, kind of Wall of Names thing that I think I'm going to do in Enshrouded on the base there, unless we think of anything better at any point. Yes, there is currently, we are £35 towards the goal. That's my donation to get the games collection. Figured I might as well do it in my own campaign. But yeah. I'm doing fundraising for all 8 charities, as you can see them like scrolling along the top, or like on the left-hand side, just rotating between them. If you want any more information about any of them, there is the QR codes. But we're gonna start by playing some Train Sim World. I booted it up during the starting screen and deafened myself because it was ridiculously loud and wouldn't let me change the volume for ages. And why isn't that going to capture? Is that going to capture? Okay, apparently my game capture doesn't want to work. Oh, no, it does. There we go. No, it wasn't on the screen yet, so it's fine. And there we are. I'm gonna just pause the Christmassy music and unmute the game because I turned it off because I had way too much noise going on in my headphones and it was annoying me. There we go. Honestly, I feel like it needs to be quieter. That should be fine. Yeah, I literally just like quickly created a character. We should probably do this because I've never played this game before, and like vaguely watched. I think it was Duncan and Ozzy stream it the other week. Sorry, I just got a notification. I was just checking what it was. What was I saying? Yeah, I saw like a little bit of stream, but didn't really see how to do the game. So we're gonna stop. That music is actually still really loud. It's actually annoying me. There you go. Training center. Also, let me know if the VTube model is at any point like blocking any important information. You can always move it.
Embarking on a new career is always exciting. Today you're joining the list of people who work on the railways, keeping the world's people and cargo running smoothly. There's a lot to learn, but you'll be taking it step by step. Let's start by looking around. Find each of the markers and look at them. Before you get to the trains, take a quick tour of the facility here and learn the basics of moving around on foot. Your current objective is shown in the top left of the screen. You've just been awarded some action points. These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience level for the game. This is one of the many route tasks you can discover. Keep an eye out for other tasks that will ask you to place, collect, or fix a variety of things. Head into the... Walk over to the wait...
I'm not exactly patient to wait for it.
You can pause at any point to review objectives and a lot of other information about what's happening at the moment. Try it now and then return to the game after you've had a look round.
I am just gonna check the settings because I feel like motion blur is on. Yes, of course it is. I was gonna say I don't need it on expert. I've never played the game before. Let's have it on beginner.
Now that you've covered some of the basics of moving around and interacting with the environment, let's take a walk through the building and find the trains. This is Central Square. From here you can explore the main training centre depot and surrounding yards. Your journey operating trains is just getting started here at the training centre. Remember, you can always come back here from the main menu to refresh your knowledge if you're unsure about anything.
I guess we just continue and it'll go through all of the training.
In this training module, you'll learn about the on-screen overlay known as the heads-up display, or HUD. You'll see it when you're in control of a train. You can configure a range of parameters for the HUD that affect how it looks in the game settings. In this tutorial, you're going to take a look at the two main types of HUD and make a first choice of which one you prefer. Get started by climbing up the ladder into this train. Welcome to the most important seat in the train. Before you can start learning how to make the train move, you're going to need to understand what the HUD is telling you. There are three types of HUD. The one you're seeing now is the normal HUD. You'll learn that first, and then take a look at the minimal HUD next. There is also a simple HUD, which is essentially a cut-down version of the normal HUD. The HUD is a guide to show you what the train is doing, how you're doing, and what your next objectives are. You can tune what's shown here using the game settings. The main part of
Okay, I am gonna move my VTube model to the other side of the screen, just so you guys can see the HUD as well.
the normal HUD is the speed display in the bottom right. Your current speed is indicated by a white bar that will appear on the outside of the speedometer, and there is a red mark that indicates the maximum permitted speed. This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate the forward, reverse, and neutral directions. A cross, or X, means the reverser is currently either not inserted or in the off position. This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power or throttle control is in. If the display is white, it refers to power. If the display is yellow, it means powered braking or dynamic braking. If the display is red, then the throttle is currently locked out and you will need to take steps to release the lock before power can be applied. You can learn about troubleshooting elsewhere in Training Center. These are the brake indicators. The exact one shown will vary by train and will often be visible in the train itself on the various gauges. These gauges tell you what is happening in the braking system. The most important one is the BC, or brake cylinder. In most trains, when this reads 0, that means the brakes are released. Anything else and the brakes are applied. In the top right is the track monitor. This shows you the line ahead and allows you to see all the signals and speed limit changes that you're approaching. By default, the track monitor shows the signals with their actual red, yellow, or green aspect. But when you get more confidence, you can hide this information via an option in the game settings. As you accelerate, the track monitor will extend its look-ahead distance so you can see much further ahead at higher speeds. This is all done automatically. Now that you're familiar with the normal HUD, it's time to take a look at the minimal HUD. You can change this via the game settings, but for this tutorial the game will change it automatically. You can see that most of the HUD is now gone. You are left with basic information in the top left corner. The minimal HUD immerses you in the experience of driving the train. Use the train's real gauges as much as possible. In the top left corner, you will see the information about your next objective and some limited information about what the train's doing, such as your current speed, the speed limit, and the gradient. Use the game settings to add and remove information from the minimal HUD. With less information, you'll find driving more challenging, but also more immersive and rewarding.
Was it supposed to remove the thing in the bottom right?
Experienced players might prefer the minimal HUD, especially when driving from the cab view. The normal HUD is ideal for newcomers or anyone who wants to drive from an external camera. You can switch HUDs in game settings. Do you want to start with the normal HUD or minimal HUD? That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I don't want any of that things, thank you very much. Now we actually get to drive on a train.
In this training module, you're going to learn how to make a train move and then bring it to a stop. For this exercise, you'll be using a British Class 323 electric multiple unit. It's a great train to get started with as the controls are quite straightforward. This module will get you used to the feel of the train and its controls. While many trains have different controls and are operated in different ways, there are basically always 3 controls that are common and are required to move the train. The reverser chooses the direction you're going to move in. It often has 4 positions: off, forward, neutral, and reverse. The brakes are used to slow or stop the train. There are potentially multiple braking systems you can find in different trains, and you can read more about that in other sections of the training center. For now, the Class 323 has a very simple braking system. The throttle controls how fast the train accelerates. In this train, the throttle and brakes are controlled by a combined power and brake handle. Moving the handle in one direction will apply power. The middle position is neutral and does nothing, and then the other range applies the brakes. You will find in some other trains that the throttle and brakes are on separate handles. Before you go any further, set the headlights for daytime running and ensure the tail lights are off. We want to move the train forwards, so set the reverser to the forwards position. Now pull the combined power and brake handle towards you to release the brakes and apply power. In the bottom right and in the center of the speedometer gauge, you can see a little ball. This is the accelerometer and will move up or down to indicate whether you're speeding up or slowing down. Now that you've reached your target speed, you can...
I did what it told me to before it said it, but I needed to, but...
When it comes to stopping trains, the specifics of each train can be quite different. However, the basic process is fundamentally the same. Bring this train to a complete stop by moving the power brake handle into the braking range. The amount of braking you will need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill and how heavy your train is. Knowing the right amount to apply will come with practice and experience. Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling it, particularly stopping it in the right place. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
You know how to drive a train now?
In this training module, you'll be learning basic passenger operations in this Class 323 electric multiple unit. This part of the training center is the Metro Loop. It is used primarily for driver training for passenger trains that are generally shorter or might stop more frequently in normal operating practice. It consists of 2 platforms. In this module, we'll be doing a complete circuit and practicing stopping at both stations. When you're ready, open the door and climb aboard the train. Take a seat in the driver's position. To unlock the control desk, insert the master key and activate it. Turn the coach lighting on so that passengers aren't boarding a dark train. To allow passengers to board the train, you will need to open the correct doors. In order to use the buttons in the cab, you must first insert and then turn the door key to the on position. As the platform is on your left, press the open doors left button. The weather has turned quite bad, so you'll need to turn the wipers on. The cab light is currently on. Make sure to turn it off. It's useful to find your way around in the cab, but can make it hard to see out of the window, so you should always turn it off before you start moving. Headlights in the UK are used to allow others to see the train rather than being of great use to the driver seeing out. Set the headlights for daytime running and ensure the tail lights are off. While the passenger doors are open and the loading objective completes, you'll notice the bar in the top left slowly rising. Once it reaches the top, the objective will complete and it will be time to close the doors. Now the passengers have boarded the train, close and lock the doors using the close left doors button. Set the reverser to forward.
Didn't it say to lock the doors? I guess you don't need to. Word.
Apply some power to get moving.
I don't know if there's a specific speed we're supposed to be going at or what, but...
You're approaching the next station. Use the power brake handle to apply power so that you come to a gentle stop at the indicated marker on the platform.
Yeah, I didn't stop quick enough.
This platform is on the right, so you'll need to use the open right doors button to unlock and open the doors this time. Once again, observe the objective indicator on the HUD to tell you when it is completed.
I think we're a bit too far. Yeah, we're a bit too far. It said... See, it didn't say it was a problem. I guess because we're still kind of in range of it.
Use the doors close right button to close and lock the doors. Drive the train to the next platform without any further guidance and see how you get on.
Okay, we're not going to go as fast this time, I think. Maybe I didn't need to brake quite so much. no, I think that was pretty perfectly parked. I mean, to be fair, we could have stopped sooner. It was fine. It's for
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I'm getting the hang of driving the train.
In this training module, you will be learning about the various camera controls and how to get the best views. You can drive from in the cab or an exterior camera. Exterior views are particularly useful for coupling and uncoupling. Currently, you're in the cab of this Class 323 EMU with the same view a real driver would have. Before experimenting with camera views, set the train up correctly as if ready for departure. We will now explore the camera controls. To get back inside the cab, a different key must be pressed. Do that now. Now that you're used to interior and exterior, switch back to the exterior view again to learn more about it. From the exterior, you can move the camera around. Use the keys indicated along with your mouse to move and turn the camera. If the mouse pointer is moving but your view doesn't change, right-click the mouse to turn on camera mode. Spend a minute just practicing moving and turning the external camera.
I already figured that out. Or specifically arrow keys. Oh, not WASD.
You can zoom in and out using the mouse wheel. Try it now. While in an external camera, you can also interact with some elements such as junctions. You'll be learning about junctions properly in a different training module, but for now, fly over to the indicated junction and change it by interacting with it using the controls indicated. There's a lot more to learn about cameras, including numerous other camera modes. You can find out more in other areas of the training center. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
It didn't actually let me change the junction thing, but moving a train part 2. More details of how to move the train. Maybe reversing.
In this module, you'll combine everything you learned from the moving a train, passenger operations, and camera controls modules, but from outside the train. Now you'll have the freedom to enjoy external cameras while driving the train. Before you go any further, get the lighting all set up correctly. can activate the master key by pressing the indicated keys.
Press Control and W key together to set the position of the master key to on. Okay, I like doing that.
Now
You
press
also
the
hold
keys
S
indicated
to set the reverse
set the
forwards.
reverser to forwards.
Okay,
Just
really
as
nice
with
changes
other
it.
modules, you're currently sitting in a Class 323 multiple unit. You must now switch to the exterior camera. If you need a reminder on how to do this, head over to the camera controls module first and have a quick refresher. Aside from the magnificent views, exterior camera views can make it easier to complete tasks such as coupling, checking your lights, and changing junctions. Only a small number of the most common functions are usable for an exterior camera. If you find you need to do something that isn't available, simply switch to the internal camera to do it, and then switch back. Finally, press the key indicated to apply some power. There are two keys, one to add more throttle and one to take throttle away. Experiment with them a little.
Okay, you can use A to move the power brake handle into the power range and release the brake. Okay. Relatively simple controls. Yes, I know I can rotate and move the camera around. Don't know what that thing it was telling me to turn on was. Oh. I accidentally pressed W. Why not changing back?
Now that you've moved down the track, it's time to bring the train to a stop. Use the keys indicated to adjust the power brake handle to apply.
Actually, I applied way too much brake there.
Try restarting this tutorial and running it a few times until you're comfortable with driving from the outside, including moving the camera around. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Yeah, I don't need to replay it. Fine. Changing ends.
In this training module, you'll be learning how to shut down a cab and change ends of the train so that you can drive in the other direction. You'll bring this unit back to central square sidings. You'll need to change ends a couple of times. Don't worry about how the train is going to get there though, all the paths are going to be set for you. You just need to change ends and then drive when you're given instruction to do so. Get started by setting this cab up for operation. Activate the set the headlights for daytime operation. Set the reverser to forward. The first move brings the train forwards to the junction around the corner from here, and you'll be stopping once the rear of the train has cleared it. Apply some
Why aren't we moving? There we go. Don't know why it wasn't working initially. Okay, I'm assuming it means this junction.
Now that the train has stopped, you need to shut this cab down. Turn off the headlights and ensure the tail lights are on. Set the reverser to off. Set the power brake handle to the step 3 brake position. Remove the master key. This cab is now shut down. Walk over to the other end of the train, ensuring to close any doors behind you. Sit in the driver's seat. Follow the steps indicated to activate this cab, repeating the procedure that you did when you set up the previous cab. Now that the cab is active, wait for the yard controller to give us permission to proceed forward once they've checked and locked all the junctions for us. You're good to go. Apply some power and get moving. Your next destination is going to take you to the left and into the switch lines west of the training. Follow the steps indicated to deactivate this cab.
I think it's probably quicker to jump out and walk this way.
Now that the cab is active, wait for the yard controller to give us permission to proceed forward once they've checked and locked all the junctions for us.
In the hang of this?
You're good to go.
I'm trying to use A and D to change the brake and forward easier. Okay, the max speed we were supposed to go was 40. Come on, I just like slightly too far back.
Before you finish, take a moment to review. When changing cabs on almost any train, there are some common things to double check before you depart the cab you're finished with. What position have you left the throttle and brake controls in? What position is the reverser in? Are the headlights and taillights set up correctly for what will become the rear of the train? Are all doors closed? Once you get used to each train you operate, you'll quickly begin to remember what each one needs and get used to the elements that are common between different trains. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
Railway navigation. So we know how to operate a train, and we need to know how to navigate where we're going.
In this training module, you'll be learning about the live 2D map and how it can help you understand where you are, where your objective is, and how you can change the path of the train to get to the right place. Under normal circumstances, the driver has little, if anything, to do with where a train is going. It's all handled centrally by a signaling center or dispatcher. Within yards and depots, however, you will find that these are often managed by the crew of the train directly. That means you. You can tell whether a junction is manual or automatic by looking at it. If it has no big lever, then it's automatic and you can't influence it. If it does, then interacting with that lever will change the junction. For this module, you'll take this class 323 from the siding here next to the main loops and set all the junctions yourself to direct the train to the switch lines, and then change ends and repeat the process to bring the train into the depot. Your destination has been set over in the switch lines on the far west of the training center. Use the map to follow the path from the train to the destination and change all the junctions you need to get there. If you make a mistake and go the wrong way, you can go back and try to correct it. If you're not ready for that, just restart the module and try again.
So wait, where am I trying to get? So, hang on. That's where I'm trying to get to. Where am I? Is that saying the train's there? Okay, so I'm trying to get to there. I don't understand. So I think I need to stop around here. Oh wait, am I too far forwards? I just reverse a little bit.
You've made it to the first destination. Go ahead and change ends in the train and you can try one more time for practice.
It didn't get me to change any of the signals though. Like I didn't change any of them. Close the door.
Once again, use the map to adjust the junctions between your train and the destination. Where the black lines on the 2D map aren't aligned with the blue path, change the junction. When you're ready, get moving.
So see, the blue path is taking me the correct way. It literally isn't even letting me change them. I'm like actively trying to. Oh, I see what it's doing. Oh, hang on. I am going way too fast. Well, I made it.
That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
It wasn't super obvious, like, what was changing on the things that I did realise weren't lining up properly. How many more are there?
In this training module, you're going to learn to drive a diesel-electric locomotive and how the controls differ from a multiple unit. This is a BR Class 66 diesel-electric locomotive, typically used for freight operations in the United Kingdom. In some trains, it is first necessary to insert the reverser handle. We need to do that on this one. We want to move the train forwards, so move the reverser in that direction. The train brake on the Class 66 uses a sprung lever. Holding it one way will gradually release the brakes until you release the lever. Holding it the other will gradually apply the brakes. You need to keep an eye on the two brake gauges in front of you. The larger one in the middle is the brake pipe. The outside needle shows the target pressure and the inside needle shows the actual pressure. When you apply or release the brakes, the outer needle moves and the onboard control systems will begin to adjust the brakes to match your setting. You can make a change to the brakes and focus on the road ahead while the system works to match the pressure you've set. The second gauge of note is the brake cylinder gauge, which is the second from the left. This tells you exactly what is happening with the brakes on the two sets of wheels on the locomotive. If the needles are raised to a V shape, that means they are fully applied. When the needles are both pointing directly down, the brakes on the locomotive will be fully released. You can learn more about braking systems elsewhere in the training center. But for now, you just need to remember that you are directly controlling the outer needle on the brake pipe gauge and that the end result is shown on the brake cylinder gauge. Keep the brake control in release until you can see the brake pipe control needle is reading 5 bar, pointing upwards. This will release the brakes fully.
I wanted to release it right.
Watch the brake cylinder gauge to see it gradually reduce to 0.0, needles pointing downwards, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released on the locomotive and you can move the train. It's important to note that the brake cylinder gauge is only telling you what's happening on your locomotive. If you have wagons attached, they can take a little longer to release, so if the train doesn't move immediately, don't worry. Apply some throttle to get the train moving. As you apply power, notice the ammeter rising, the gauge on the right-hand side with the coloured sections. This is the amount of power being fed into the traction motors. Try to keep it in the green section, only briefly in the yellow, and avoid the red section to avoid damaging your traction motors.
There is no yellow section.
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground and the train will only slow down very gradually. That's far enough. Bring this train to a complete stop by holding the brake control in the apply state until you see the brake pipe control needle in the center of your cab desk showing about 4 bar. The amount of braking you'll need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill and how heavy your train is. Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling it, particularly stopping it in the right place. You'll get better at this with practice. That concludes this module. If you wish to replay it, you can come back to it at any time via the training center.
I didn't like the controls of that one. They're like just a list of them so I can skip over. Any modules? It's basically just going through the different train types. Okay. No. But that was going to give me a list. No, I don't want to do that one. I mean, I think we've learned everything we need to learn. It's only taken us like an hour. Oh yeah, let's do this one. The Holiday Express. Runaway Elf. Experience the joy of the festive season with Train Sim World, The Holiday Express. Runaway Elf. Drive a model locomotive around a nostalgic 1960s living room and complete unique challenges before Christmas morning arrives. Can you stop the mischievous elf from ruining the big day? That sounds like fun. Let's play this. On this night, when all sound asleep, and normally you would not hear as much as a peep, alas, naughty elf filled with glee has taken presents from under the tree. That's where you come in to right this mess. With a big red train, it'll be a quick process. Follow the instructions to make a start. It won't be long before you know the controls off by heart. Okay. Oh, stop under the tree. And we're going the wrong way. So we're gonna go around here, around back there, and past here. We want to change that one. So we go this way and stop by the tree. Come on. Can I not reach that? Okay. I got off the wrong side apparently. Oh, nice. All around the room, the toys look sad. This mischievous elf can't help being bad. He's taken the batteries from every last one. You'll need to retrieve them all for this chaos to be undone. Is there like Christmassy music going on? Let's turn our Christmas music back on. There we go. Collect the batteries. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to jump all the way down. Make sure I don't get hit by the train as I walk over. There we go, that's how we get up. I was like, how do we get up onto that table? There's a skateboard here. I think this little Christmassy adventure is one of the ones that came as part of the Jingle Jam collection because it was a few of the DLC. Well done, you did it. The toys all have power. That's some fine work at this late night hour. The North Cole. Don't forget that if you want to play this as well, you can buy the Jingle Jam Games collection for £35 or more through the donation link. This raving elf has tried to put out the fire by being troublesome again. Let's put an end to this strife by using the train. Take this short formation around to the crane and fill up some coal dust to ensure the fire stays aflame. Okay, fireplace. Where's that? Over there. Yeah, currently on track to go there. It's really difficult to control this one. I don't know if there's like a specific key for the speed on, like the brake on this. Come on, we are literally on top of it. Okay, garden door. There's the garden door. Over there. I want to just check the controls. Um, I guess this is the controls for the thing. So many keys that I like don't need. I just want to know what the brake button is. Is it? Okay, it's that one. Seriously, it stops way too quickly sometimes. Carefully moving the train at less than 5 miles per hour, crawl under the toy loading tower. Okay, where's that? There. I'm trying to move. Okay, go by the bookcase. Over there. Yep, that looks all good so far. So let's put on power 2. I don't think I actually need to stop here. It just says go via, so I'm not going to stop. Let's change them. And stop at the fireplace. Sometimes the big brake goes really, like, brakes really fast, and sometimes it doesn't. Come on. Can it not go backwards? Okay. We just go around again. Okay, we're gonna have to reverse here. Alright. Why doesn't it work? Why can't we reverse? There, now we're reversing. So we should reverse straight back up to the fireplace. Come on. Just a little bit forwards. I don't want to go too fast because I want to make sure I manage to actually stop. Good job, that should keep the living room warm. Let's see how you did by checking your form. I mean, I think we're doing okay with it. The breakfast tub. Work around the room has not yet stopped. The unfinished gingerbread house is still to be topped. It seems like the elves scattered bits far and wide. Gather them up, for enjoying this treat cannot be denied. It's another one I have to run around and get stuff. So has that music stopped? I just noticed that. Music stop. By refreshing the site. Seem to have broken. Okay. There's some on the floor right there. And then up we go for, I think, the last one. I don't think I've made a gingerbread house in like years. Isn't that? Why isn't it working? There you go. Thank you for completing this yummy delight. We're sure those who eat it will enjoy every bite. Try hard. Oh. Okay, is this going to be a difficult one? It's time for the mischief maker to finally be caught. Use the train to deliver him and his guards to the little toy fort. We're already set to go via the Christmas tree. Sideboard. Yep, heading straight for it. Fireplace. Garden door. Stop at the fireplace. It just significantly varies. Come on. And up another elevator. There's the elf. Oh, it won't let me jump off the edge. Will there? I guess it didn't want me jumping off there because there was stuff in front of it. That makes sense. Stop at the naughty step. Go there. Yep, it's going the right way. Finally, that's put an end to this elf's misgivings. Now you won't be disturbed while completing the festive trimmings. Several items around the room require power for the show to resume. Watch as the power of each is turned on. The room will come alive before too long. go via the bookshelf. Oops, I was supposed to stop here. Yeah. It didn't work when I first clicked it. Stop at the sofa. How do I get up there? I'm guessing over there. That's it. Your work is complete. An amazing job preparing this most festival treat. That was just chapter 1. Let's go back to the main menu for now. That was fun to check out. So there was the training centre, the holiday one we just did, which... Why does it say 6 out of 7? Oh, is there only one more? Oh, let's do the last one then. Look at these blocks. They don't say anything useful. Please move them around so they say something truthful. Switch the cards back and forth so they're in the right order. Hopefully the elf won't have time to create more disorder. Okay. I mean, I'm guessing Merry Christmas is what it's supposed to say. Go via the sofa. Yeah, oh, we're going that way. No, it doesn't say we have to stop, so we can just keep going. Via the bookshelf. Yep, we're good with that. Couple to formation, gently bump into the blocks to connect to them. Using a small rake, switch the cards in and out of the dooryard to arrange them into the correct order. I know it does want me to put it into... figured out which buttons it was for the small break, so... So which one have we uncoupled? I'm assuming just that end one. I actually don't know. Either way, we need to reverse slightly. Okay, we've uncoupled a few. Wait, so what does it want me to do now? Go into a different location. Okay, it wants me to put, I guess, the first one into here. And I kind of do this as like quick as I can whilst not going too fast so I can't stop. Yeah. Oh, it automatically switches itself back to that one. Didn't mean to put that much brake on. Just want to hit it with speed. It's sometimes automatically changing it, sometimes not. I feel like we could have done this quicker if they'd let us do it our way. I would have done it a bit differently. that one. You couple these ones and then I bet it'll be detach this one, go collect that one and then reattach. Or at least I'm getting the hang of all of the keyboard controls in this view. Just easier to see it. one final trip back to the fireplace. And then we go to the table to have a look at it from a distance. There we go. Well done, your switching skills were just the right ticket. The blocks now add to the festive spirit. Nice, and that was all of them. Honestly, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. But I do like these are kind of like nice chill like sim games. And this is a good one, Train Sim World 6. If you're interested in playing that, having a go, seeing if you can do those Christmassy missions better than me, then you can get Train Sim World 6 in the Jingle Jam collection. I definitely will play this some more at some point. What other DLC was it that came? Yeah, I've got a bunch of achievements there. So yeah, it came with the obviously the base game, the LGV Mediterranean Marseille Avignon route add-on, whatever that is. Obviously the Holiday Express Runaway Elf stuff that we just did. The MBTA commuter Boston Birmingham Worcester line, MBTA Providence Stoughton line. Yeah, so a few add-on routes, I guess. And a Christmassy one, which is very nice. Yeah. I guess so. The only things I can play are those routes then, I guess. Okay, there's also like timetable things. Can I not do any like in the UK? Can I just pick a track or something? Okay, I wasn't expecting that to just throw me straight in. But maybe I'd have some options to pick. Yeah, I don't want to actually do this one. Activate menu, yes please. Oh yeah, that's cool. I guess you just unlock things without having to spend extra money. I mean, yeah, that's what I have access to. These are the trains I have access to. You have to buy these with real money is the question. Where's some UK stuff? I want to see if I can get a UK one. That's UK. Great West. I mean, yeah, all of these look like they cost. Oh, do you have to pay for all the routes? That's kind of a shame if you do. Hang on. Let me actually have a look at the store page and just check if it's all like... Yeah, there is a lot of DLC there. I mean, I suppose it's kind of annoying, but also like we did get some. So many different things. Yeah, it's fun playing some Train Sim World. I think I will stop there though, because I'll need to go sort out some dinner. Probably won't stream any more of this, as we've done the Christmas stuff and we've got plenty of other collection games to check out. Unless people request for me to play more of this, of course. But yeah, I've got lots more streams coming though. On Thursday, we will be back again. We will be doing cleaning up in Goblin Cleanup. We'll be doing that with a few Gobs and Grems. That'll be, I think we're starting at 6 PM UK time, so yeah, we'll be doing that. And then on Saturday, we'll be doing more train stuff. Open TTD with a bunch of Gobs and Grems. There's probably going to be quite a few of us there. And that's at 4 PM. Then there'll be 2 more streams next week on Tuesday and Thursday, both 3, 4 PM, depending on when I end up starting. I was supposed to start at 3 PM today. I ended up eating lunch too late, so it was like gone 3 PM and I was just sitting down to eat and I was like, well, oh well. It took me a bit too long to go and get my lunch. Yeah, and those 2 streams will be doing more collection-y games, so if anyone has well, if we manage to hit the goal of £50, people will get to vote on which game they would like to play. Depending on when we hit it, I'd either do it a poll in chat or maybe a poll in Discord. One of those 2. Maybe both, and we see what people think. But currently I've only got like a couple of the games installed. But having it at Train World is kind of awkward actually. You know what? Let's do that and I'm going to close the game. Because it's actually like awkward to tab out of. Yeah, I've also got Tower Unite installed because that has like tons of mini games in it. So we can check out. I think it's more a multiplayer thing, but we can always like have a little fun in the game. Just one person. And then I also installed, I don't even know how it's supposed to be pronounced, Ixion. It's apparently a space colony sim. I'm going to be honest, I didn't really look at what most of the games were. But yeah, in terms of other games, there's World Bastards, which I'm not sure what that one is. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate. The Royal Writ, Tactical Breach Wizards, Spiritfall, Rusty's Retirement, Rogue Waters, Old World, Mouthwashing, Gatekeeper at Dungeons of Hinterberg, and Corekeeper. So we'll probably check out Ixion or Tower Unite next time, depending on if like we don't manage to hit the goal. Otherwise, we'll check out whatever anyone else wants. Because I'm not too fussed. But yeah. Yeah, otherwise next week we've got some Euro Truck Sim on next Saturday, and then the Christmas D&D one-shot that I'm going to be running on the Sunday the 14th, the last day of Jingle Jam. If you would like to name one of the NPCs or enemies within that campaign, well, within the little adventure as I'm running it, as you can see on the screen, the donation rewards, £10 or more a donation, you can get it. Obviously, if you want to, if you do over £35, you can get the games collection. You can't claim both. It's like limited. You can only claim one reward. That's why I've got it as like lower than the £35 mark. So anyone who wants to donate but can't donate enough to get the collection can get something in return. Or like £5 is I'll do a little drawing off stream and probably post it in Discord or something. A little drawing will be like whatever you want, like a penguin or a snowman, or whatever. Well, it'll be within my drawing skills at least. I'll do my best. Yeah, and then when we actually do the D&D game, there will be various other incentives. I won't have like actual like rewards for it, so it'll just be as long as you donate over X amount, you get it. And it'll be, for me, my campaign, it'll be things like adding enemies to the combat, or like giving me and the enemies bonuses and things, like basically things to hinder the players. But if you were to donate to one of the players' campaigns, you can do things like giving them advantage, or like more health or potentially magic items. We're going to be playing an adventure from the One Shot Wonders Christmas Adventure Pack that they had as part of the One Shot Wonders Volume 2 Kickstarter. It was like an add-on thing. I believe it will be available for people to purchase on D&D Beyond anyway. Once it's come out, I will be getting access to it tomorrow so I can start planning. We're looking forward to doing that. And all of the other fun Jingle Jam streams. But let's see which people are live doing things and who we want to raid. Well, of course, tons of people are live. What are people up to? So many people live doing so many different things. Also, I know I left it in the just chatting this entire time. I put it in that as just like default because I don't want to use the games and demos because that automatically like flags it as age restricted for some reason, and I don't want my stream to be flagged as age restricted. I'm actively trying to avoid playing games that auto flag it as that. So yeah. Wait, ads. I know I already sent you. We're gonna go. Right, who am I sending everyone to? Is anyone playing a collection game? Seriously, there's no one playing collection games. Okay, some people are. Nairon is looking at them. We're gonna go to Nairon. Nairon is looking at the Steam pages for them. I know we probably, I think we raided Nairon quite a lot, but it's often live when we finish, so. Yeah, you can go on over there and see more collection games. And if you can afford to donate. If not, no worries about it. Like, it's only do what you can afford. I didn't send the... Okay, my chat thing is broken. I have a button that's supposed to send the message in chat, and it didn't work. There you go. Yeah, if you want to donate to my campaign, you can click that link and send a donation. And yeah, I will be back on Thursday. Hope you have enjoyed the train sim world. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you all had a nice time here today, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.
We are War Child, a specialist charity that helps support children affected by war. We aim to reach children as quickly as possible when conflict breaks out and stay long after the cameras have gone. We are there to support them through their recovery, to heal and learn for a safer, brighter future. We work in 14 countries around the world and some of the most dangerous places to be a child, including Ukraine, Gaza, South Sudan and the DRC. Thanks to your generous donations of more than £300,000 in Jingle Jam 2024, we've been able to protect, educate and stand up for children in some of the toughest situations across the world. In Gaza,